じゃあ行きましょう。俺はメモを読むためにやるからね。まあこれやったら一回ちょっとまたプレステ5翻訳やるかな。
Sheva, do you know where the mines are?
Past the station. Not too far from here. Follow me.
Come on!
Okay.
待てよ、もう早速メモってさ、今思ったけどこれじゃね。そう考えたら別にこのストーリーやる必要ない全部。ここにもうメモあるじゃん、早速。これでしょ多分。で読むか。これだ。Read document。これすごいなんかこう、実験内容とかだから、学術的な英単語がいっぱい出てきてる。これは、お味噌がたっぷりじゃないこれ。うん。これ相当濃いぞ、この内容は。読んでいくか。多分これわかんない単語いっぱいあると思う。Type 2 Plugger。プラガーっていうのは、寄生虫のことだね。ちょっとその画面が動くのやめてくれない？あ、止まったか。As stated in earlier documentation on the subject, the original Las Plagas parasite was discovered in the isolated area in Europe. Upon mutilation in a host, the parasite quickly replaces the host's will and self-awareness, rendering them highly susceptible to control by another. It was this aspect of Las Plagas that means one so inclined could create a obedient subject who would obey without question. ああ、これ全部一つの文なんだ。すごい長い。It was this aspect of Las Plagas that meant one so inclined が、ここまでが主語で、それが could create obedient subjects who would obey the directives without question. ちょっともう一回。この部分難しくないか？ It was this aspect of Las Plagas that meant one so inclined が could create obedient subject who would obey directives without question. これちょっとしっかり読まないとなって。どう？ With obvious commercial application possibilities, Las Plagas quickly come under review by interested parties. 難しいな。With obvious commercial application possibilities, Las Plagas quickly come under review by interested parties. The problem with commercializing Las Plagas was the time discrepancy between initial infection and when the hosts were rendered susceptible to control. The time between when Las Plagas is administered to the host as an egg and the time when it fully matured and attaches itself to the central nervous system was met with negative criticism. The mutation cycle of Las Plagas is relatively brief, but potential customers wished for more expedient result. With this in mind, research was undertaken to improve Las Plagas, the final result of this research becoming Type 2 Plagas. Type 2 Plagas differs from its predecessor っていうのは要するにプレジャナイターとかプレカーサーみたいなイメージかな。プレついてるしね。Type 2 Plagas differs from its predecessor in that ってまあ何々の点においてとかね。It is administered in its mutual state, and from that point, the host can almost immediately be controlled. Type 2 is administered orally. orally だからまあ口を通してって感じか。だから最初の頃のムービーで口の中にウイルスじゃなくて寄生虫を押し込んでたのか。Type 2 is administered orally, or more specifically, it is forced into the mouth of the host. It's indelicate method, but it's also the most effective. After oral administration, Type 2 lend the なんて読むのこれ S オファ初めて見たこの単語 S オファガス S オファガスなんだろう全然わからん全く予想もできないこの単語の意味 After oral administration, Type 2 land the esophagus and moves fast to the medulla oblongata 全然わからんmedulla oblongata, then to the brain proper, andこれ体の組織とかの名前だね、多分。then to the brain proper, and finally the spinal cord. Once it was taken hold of the central nervous system, the host can be controlled. Under laboratory setting, we recorded complete control of a host within 10 seconds of administration of Type 2. Aside from the reduced infection time, the Type 2 Plagas appears to share all of the characteristics of the original Las Plagas, which made it more than suitable for commercialization. All that remains now is to accumulate field data from the Kijuju っていう名前これ地名だね Kijuju Autonomous Zone. Listed below are the 3 key experiments for evaluation of Type 2. Number 1. Infection. Administer Type 2 samples to 10 previously infected individuals and observe the rate at which they spread the infection. These 10 test subjects must be given enough Type 2 samples to create measurable results. Number 2. Control. Observe to what extent the barbaric behavior induced by the plagas can be controlled. This will be ascertained. ちょっと待って、一回口を潤す。と This will be この ascertained ってわかんないね。ascertained by witnessing the result of the directive to engage the BSA operatives within the area. Number 3. Fighting. Accumulate data on Type 2 in combat. Type 2 host will battle BSA operatives deployed in the area. This experiment will be the last stage for evaluating the effectiveness of Type 2 plug. ってことはもうこれ全て全部実験だったのか。こういう風に BSA の人たちと戦わせたりするのも。でもこれ読めればもう終わりだ。よし。じゃあ一回切るか。